So now I want to introduce Cristina Nardelli from UNICRI. She will present the second keynote speech on legal aspects, because we have always to take into account the legal framework in which we operate and in which border guards, law enforcement agencies operate, and how this can transfer or translate into the effective use of these tools for the use. Thank you.
Thank you for the invitation. UNICRI is very happy to be here once again. Actually, I was in Athens as well for another event related to Emeritus project. So, a few words about UNICRI. Maybe some of you don't know more about our institute. We are a United Nations institute established in 1968, and we are one of the 6 autonomous research and training institutes of the United Nations. The headquarters is in Turin, and we do have many liaison offices, one in Rome, one in New York, in Brussels, and field offices like Geneva and many other countries. What we do, we have quite a broad mandate. We develop and let's say research and assist member states through research, technical cooperation and training to address let's say all the activities that are related to crime, justice and security. Currently we are in 2024, we do have in place the 23 and 26 strategic program framework, which addresses 5 priorities. One of these 5 priorities is promoting responsible use of new and emerging technologies to address crime and exploitation. So I would say that it's quite related to what we are talking about today. We do this employing a wide range of tools, and of course they are tailored on the basis of the local context, on the need of member states, and of the specific areas that we operate in. Currently, we are committed to combat crimes associated with critical minerals. And these are the, let's say, 2024 activities. We released a strategic response framework for tackling environmental crimes linked to critical minerals. And we just delivered a regional expert workshop on combating organized crime and illicit trafficking related to critical minerals. We are expanding our activities in this sector, actually. The thing is that criminals exploit vulnerabilities of the system. So UNICRI promotes the use of advanced technologies to enhance law enforcement capabilities. Because as you can see from this slide, many forms of crime, illicit trade, but crime in general, organized crime, are strictly linked with technologies. First, because they use technology, and second, because we, I mean, the good ones, can use technologies to investigate and to, let's say, support traditional investigation. Now, I was asked to just give a brief definition of environmental crimes, but as you probably all know, there is no globally accepted definition on environmental crimes. What we can say is that we can broadly define environmental crimes as those acts that directly harm the environment. Some examples are air pollution, noise pollution, water pollution, illegal deforestation, logging, mining, fishing, waste violation that we just talked about in the previous presentation. Now, the legal framework. The legal framework is quite complicated because we do have quite a huge amount of international treaties, but there is no a single treaty or international convention including all the environmental crimes. So it's a kind of patchwork between international treaties, regional agreements and national legislations that try to transpose these legal treaties into national legislations that, of course, are different depending on the country. Unfortunately, up to today, still many countries have a lot of differences. Oh, yes, it's it, yeah. As you can see, there are a lot of differences in the perception of the crimes, of each environmental crime. So wildlife and waste are those that are, let's say, more, let's say, addressed in the criminal legislation, in the national criminal legislation. But there are many other crimes that are not addressed. Of course, this also depends on the fact that each country has, each country has a different need to address a specific crime. Maybe Maldives do not have problems with deforestation, okay? But still, it means that there is a huge gap between the countries. And this bring us to say that there is a problem in data sharing, because the gap in criminalizing environmental crimes led somehow to a problem of data sharing. And here I come by, let's say, bringing to your attention, let's say, the main problem of the main difficulties and challenges of data sharing. The United Nations Economic Commission for Europe in 2024 released an interesting publication on good practices and lesson learned in data sharing in transboundary basins. It was a problem of water management. But regardless the fact that it was a problem of water management, we can easily transpose the problem that they face and let's say, brought to our attention into these three main categories: insufficient resource, mistrust between countries, and knowledge gap. Insufficient resources doesn't mean only funding, it means also human resources. Mistrust between countries due to political conflicts, political instabilities, simply because they don't like each other. Unfortunately, this happens. And knowledge gap between countries, it depends also on the lack of enough training and cooperation, international cooperation. And they clearly, let's say, came out with many lessons learned, interesting to share with you. So, involve decision makers in the participatory process, which is actually one of the most important actions that we can do. Ensure sufficient funding, of course, build trust, support cooperation, develop procedures for data sharing, and this comes along with the next bullet, so harmonize data.